What is happening? You're listening to episode 286 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 280, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on? And what is up, NPC fam? It is your boy, Hate Zero, your hero.
Player 3 Crawler, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going? It's Crawl coming at you.
All right, guys, that music you just heard is from On Being Human. Remember, you can check them out on Spotify and YouTube. This is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And if you would like to go pick up my book, Another Castle, it's available at n64josh.com/anothercastle or n64josh.com/audible if you want the audio version. With that, let's jump on over to the announcements.
Hey, listen.
All right. Well, listen, calm down.
You fixed something because we can hear stuff.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, I don't know. Who knows? It's magic. I don't know. It's crazy. So, guys, Animal Crossing podcast still going. Smash Bros. Cast. We had a new episode last week. Go check it out. Smash Bros. Tournament. n64josh.com/smash tournament is where you can go sign up if you want to play. First prize gets a $20 eShop card or Amazon card, depends on what your preference is. Second 10 and third 5. So, and it's free to enter. So come on out for that. I have a new album for Stream Vibes coming out probably this week or early next week. If you are listening to any of that, just look for N64 Josh wherever you listen to music. I mean, literally everywhere, including Napster. And you know what? I always forget to do this, but shout out to the one person that is listening to this podcast on their Zune. Thank you so much, because I can track those analytics.
Is it Star-Lord?
It might be Star-Lord.
He's got a Zune now.
Yep. So, yeah, shout out to that one person that is listening on their Zune. I do appreciate it. We got Mario Kart happening Mondays and Fridays. I'm gonna take off again this weekend, so it won't be happening this weekend. I'm not even sure I'll be back for Monday this time, but you know how it is, end of summer times, just hitting the cabin as much as I can. So but who knows, maybe Crawler's probably playing Among Us, so you can hop on into the Discord.
We can get you into Among Us if you're playing remote. Take your iPad with you.
This is true. Yeah, I have it on my phone. I played a little bit today, actually. So
it's a lot better when we can all be in
chat,
in Discord chat. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Game Club's still going on in the Discord, n64josh.com/discord. Once I'm back on Saturday mornings, we'll get Saturday mornings platoons going. And guys, go check out my YouTube channel. There's going to be a lot more content coming out over there as well. youtube.com/n64josh. With that, Eric, what have you been playing?
Oh man, I've been playing a little bit PS4, but really I've been playing the game called Try to Get Pre-Orders In on items, and it's been going well for me. It's been going well. It's been an exciting week. You know, we've got a lot to talk about, a lot of great things. We got a lot of good stuff tomorrow, or if you're listening to this on your podcast app today,
or even later today, depending on when your copies of 3D All-Stars showed up.
Yeah, I went digital. Unlike Josh, I wasn't, so lucky. I've never been so lucky to get a launch game pre-launch from ordering. I've gotten like GameStop copies early back in the day, but it never has Amazon.
I guess it helps being an hour down the road from the headquarters of Amazon, I guess. I don't know.
You would think that, but they still somehow end up making those late sometimes,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a distribution center in my state too, and I get stuff at like 8 o'clock on the night. So we'll see. I'm contemplating going digital and getting physical. My physical copy's in the state from, I saw it was shipped and it was in Oklahoma City this morning, and it's here now. But I'll get it tomorrow, probably 8 o'clock with UPS. So I might go digital just so I can play it a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna be buying it so I could play it tonight at 9, but now I can play it right after this. So stay tuned. We'll do some first looks. It'll be good.
Jealous. I have to wait till tomorrow like a sucker, or 9 p.m. tonight.
So today I got the email from Nintendo that says Mario 35 is out now, right? I immediately jump on the eShop. I don't find it. I screenshot it, posted it in the Discord at everyone. I'm like, is anybody playing this? Right? I'm like,
I thought that I thought that was October.
That's so the email says available now till the 31st. So then I click the link and it says October 1st. So we got to the bottom of it real quick, but I'm like, what are they doing to me right here? Like, I was like, are we gonna get to play this before the podcast tonight? But apparently not. So Eric, anything else you've been playing before we move over to Crawler?
No, I was playing some games with my nephew last weekend, and he broke my Joy-Con, so I've got that going for me. I'll have to order a new one. Luckily, I'm using Pro Controller in the meantime, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to play Galaxy with Pro Controller. They say it has Pro Controller support, but maybe you can tell me here. Maybe you can tell me soon.
Yeah, I mean...
The eShop listing said Pro Controller supported, so I mean.
But that might only be for Sunshine and 64. It doesn't say.
It also said limited touchscreen for Galaxy. So I think if it was limiting anything, it would say it there. I think you'll play Galaxy just like you play Odyssey with the motion control and the Pro Controller if you need it.
Josh, you're gonna have to let me know.
I think Game Explains video said you have to play with split Joy-Cons, and then,
that's what I thought. And even for the Switch Lite, it requires you to connect Joy-Cons
handheld
separately.
Handheld you can play, but you have to use. It's either you have to use the touchscreen or you have to use Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
So, which is a bummer, because why not just make it like Odyssey where you just waggle the Pro Controller around? So, but again, that's just
we'll find out here in less than an hour.
I know. Yeah,
please let me know.
I'm tempted to put it in while we're sitting here just to find out. So, Crawler, how about you?
I've been doing kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. I've been playing. We got a decent Among Us game going 2 nights in a row. I think last week we did Friday night and Saturday. Kind of Friday was just a pickup kind of thing. It wasn't quite a full lobby. But on Saturday, we got a full lobby of 10 people in Discord, and we were, you got to mute while you're playing and then come back together and discuss and vote out your imposter if you think. And we had a little bit more fun. I was toggling with the settings, and you can change it so you don't have the confirmation or not right off the bat if the person was an imposter. So you kind of there's lots of settings that you can mess with to make it harder or easier, so it's pretty fun to play around with. And if you can get a good full lobby and everyone's in Discord and everyone plays by the rules, it can be a lot of fun. So yeah, Among Us has been great. I've been playing a little bit of last night we did some Overwatch on Switch, and we did some Smash, and I've still been doing what is it, Fall Guys. There was an update. I haven't played since the update. They did a mid-season update, which adds some more craziness into the mix. I guess they've added something called the Big Yeetus. So it's a big hammer that's going to throw you in different directions, and they changed. They also had some funny stuff with they banished all the cheaters on PC, especially. I don't know if PlayStation has quite the cheater problem that PC has, but they were banishing all the PC players into a cheater island where they were playing each other. And I saw a clip on Twitter that was just like eight different jelly beans just flying immediately at the crown on Fall Mountain, and it was so they all deserve each other, but now they've shut that down, so now they're just getting straight banned, which is good.
That's such great marketing, though. Like, oh my gosh, like they literally created the content. Like
the social media guy for Fall Guys is amazing.
Yeah,
they've been doing a good job. And the guy, quote unquote, took a vacation last week, and they had a beanbot, is what they called their automated person. I'm sure it's good. It's just good marketing.
Yep.
And they had somebody else doing stuff, and then just what they've done with promoting that the new legendary skin by giving it to Dr. Lupo a day early, and he played, and then just they were trolling Tim the Tatman for so long, and just they're getting a lot of people marketing. They're marketing themselves quite a bit. They've become this this hit, and we were hopeful that we were maybe going to see that today on Switch, but we didn't see that. But we can still keep our fingers crossed that it's coming eventually. But yeah, it's been good, just kind of hodgepodge. I told myself like 2 weeks ago when we found out about 3D collection, I needed to like put my head down and finish some of Origami King, and I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna be distracted by other Mario games here in a little bit. And I know my son's excited to see. I mean, since I pulled out Galaxy, my Wii copy is just sitting across over there, and he's seen it, and I know he's excited to see that. And I'm excited to play Sunshine, just because I've never owned it, and I've played a little bit with a friend, but never put a lot of time into that. So I'm excited. And then just seeing the clips of Mario 64 that I've seen on IGN and other like YouTube and Facebook like clips of like the speedrunners and the hacks, and not the hacks, but just the glitches, understanding of the geometry. Like there's some of those stars. There's some of those slide levels that people understand the geometry layout of where everything is, and there was one I saw that they bump into the wall, so they spin around backwards, and they jump up, and they long jump, and they fall down to the star in 14 seconds on a slide race. And it's like, wow. I don't remember all that craziness, but I was 10 years old when that came out. So yeah, I'm excited to revisit it, because I feel like that is something I haven't gone back to a lot with Mario 64. So it's gonna be like playing it again. You played it fairly recently, so I think that's probably gonna be
for the first time,
play, right, Josh?
Completed it for the first time. I mean, I had played it periodically, but not really.
Playing it at Fred Meyer doesn't count.
Right, Fred Meyer. Yeah. Well, remember, I watched a buddy beat it, and I was like, well, I guess I don't need to play. I literally showed up at his house, and he's like, I'm on the final Bowser, and I was like, well, I guess I don't need to play this one now.
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing about that game, is like you play that same fight like 4 times.
Yeah.
The stakes increased though.
Yeah, I mean, and they kind of revisited that formula in Odyssey, because you kind of do the same kind of like a little bit.
Yep. That's true. That's
How about you,
true. So I dug into the backlog a little bit this last week and played some Samus Returns, which I've got to say, returning back to that game is not easy, because you're taught different things along the way. And I was like, I didn't remember this. So I actually started the game over.
Probably need to do that if I go back to that game, because I don't remember where I'm at.
Yeah, to give myself a few, like, just to give myself a quick, like, refresher course. And it was like, oh, okay, I think I'm good. I'm still totally stuck. Like, and I refuse to look anything up. I'm just exploring. And so it's fun. But there's so many great things. Like, they really should bring that game over to the Switch for anybody that missed it. Like, it's so incredible. At one point, you get like some kind of power up for your suit where your gun shoots rapid fire, and not a small amount of rapid fire. It's like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so great. It's so great. So having a great time. I have a soft spot for the 2DS 3DS. Like, I love that system. I will I'll always love that system. So but jumped into that, and you guys aren't gonna believe this, I actually picked up Starlink, the full digital version, for $20 when it was on sale.
Yeah, I think I got it for around that when it was on sale.
Yeah, and it's so much better than the physical version. Having to
you don't have to rescan everything.
No, that's why I was like, I'm not turning this game back on until.
That's why I bought it. Yeah, that's why I bought it digitally, and I bought the deluxe, is because I have half the attachments, and it's just the game makes you rescan it after like 30 days or something like that, because they don't want you trading with your friends and then have it. It's bad marketing.
It was just, at least they gave us the option, and I was like, okay, I've waited long enough. It's $20. Everybody talked about how great it, and I have like. I was playing it on my Lite, and that game just looks so good. Like, it looks so good. The planets leaving the surface and heading to space. I'm like, this is cool. This is cool. So, having a pretty good time with that. Of course, like you said, we did some Overwatch. Got all the Tracer stuff done. There's a Tracer event going on right now if you've stepped away from Overwatch, and
11 more days, I think.
Yeah, and so you got to get 9 wins. Doesn't matter with who, you just got to get 9 total wins, and you'll unlock the 3. There's like an
icon, a banner, and a skin, I think.
Yeah, that's it. And so did that yesterday, and that's such a great game. Like, I honestly just wish I had more time to just sit and play video games, because there's some really good ones, man. There's some really good ones. And
there's too many good ones.
There is. I've actually dipped my toes in the water of Warzone a little bit. Played a little bit of Warzone, and Animal Crossing. I'm still trying to get the walking stick. It only shows up from these really crazy time slots from like 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then 5 to 7 p.m. And you're like, what?
You can't whittle it out of a bunch of sticks?
I wish. It's a bug.
Oh, a walking stick. Oh, a bug. Okay.
Yeah. It's a bug called a walking stick, I think. So yeah, I'm still in the hunt for that, but yeah, we'll be jumping into. We did some Smash last night. It was really fun. I started playing with my Mega Man a little bit more, and I did update Minecraft. I was going to play that a little bit on the Switch, but I couldn't get it to. My connection was too terrible where I was at, so I couldn't get it to connect. So yeah, it was I actually played some games this last weekend. It was.
I've tried out Cellbreak too. That's a free game to download on Switch if you guys want to check out something. It's kind of like a Sorcerer Fortnite-ish kind of game, battle royale. It doesn't have building or anything, but there's different kind of stuff. It's kind of a lot of streamers are kind of showing it off right now. So if you're curious about it, go check it out. But it's, I think, cross-platform, cross account. So you log into your Epic account and it's all there.
Oh, got it. Okay, that's cool. Well, should we jump on over to the news? You guys ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
We don't have them written down.
That's all right. We got plenty to talk about. We have to hear from you for the first little bit here. So,
okay.
So we didn't get to hear from Eric after the 35th anniversary with all the stuff that was announced. Mario Kart.
I know.
Live.
What were we, a day or two early again?
We were one day early.
Typical
right?
us.
Man, so I'll just kick it off. I know you guys talked about it a little bit. I was super excited. Everything they've given us. I know the 3D collection has kind of, I wouldn't say it's divided the group of fans, but it's upset some people, and I'm not sure why, because Nintendo didn't say this collection's remasters. It's just a 3D collection. It's a collection of the 3D Marios, and to me that indicates they're going to be just straight ports. The fact that they cleaned them up even a little bit should be a good thing, right? So
Can I jump in real
excited.
quick?
Yeah, do please.
Because I think, like, where I'm at with it, the last All-Stars game was I think, unless somebody can correct me, but it was like one of the first times we ever saw a remaster of games.
Yeah, I think when they gave it the title of All-Stars, people expected something out of that.
Yeah, and I think that was more limitations of NES versus SNES. I don't think the capabilities to directly port NES games on the SNES worked. Like, they were different hardware, so they had to actually put that in the game, right? It's not like they could just say, here's an NES cartridge, we'll break it down and make it work. So I think that was different. I understand why that might be why people are thinking that, but I think that was a different scenario.
For sure. It's just, I know for me personally, I love playing the All-Stars games even more so than I like playing the originals, because I liked the updated graphics. I know we kind of talked about it, how you guys didn't prefer it as much or whatever, but and
the music was 16-bit too. It wasn't, just it wasn't the same old music. It was kind of
right,
a little more fidelity.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is we've seen it even showed up on my YouTube, like, suggested list today, is Mario running in is running in on the Unreal Engine, right? 64 running on the Unreal Engine. It just looks so crazy good, all the lighting and everything, and it's like that there was the potential for that, right? But that would have been a game probably by itself at that point, because it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah, and maybe someday. I think Galaxy obviously needs the least amount of work. Just throwing a HD coat of paint on it's probably good enough for it. 64 is going to take a considerable amount of work. And
Galaxy,
maybe someday they do.
Galaxy, I think, gets the most kind of up-res treatment because it was the easiest to do.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, all three, if you watch any of the side-by-side videos, they clearly look better just being on the Switch versus their original consoles. They all do look a little bit better. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. 3D World I thought was a cool addition as well. But the thing I am most excited about is the Mario Kart Live. I think that is the coolest use of augmented reality I've ever seen implemented to this date. I'm not a huge fan of VR. It's not really something I'm interested in. The headset, just the whole thing about it, I'm not a huge fan of. This, however, is a step into that augmented reality, virtual reality that I'm super excited for. This is perfect. And I'm just like, I'm gonna buy the Mario one for my nephew for Christmas, and I'm gonna get Luigi, and we're just gonna be able to have a blast. Like, can you imagine being a kid on Christmas getting an RC car and a game that happens to be Mario Kart? Like, man, that's the three best things in the world, and what a time to be alive. What are your guys' thoughts on Mario Kart Live? Like, I thought that was the coolest thing in there.
I mean, I think it's cool tech. I think Nintendo does a good job executing a lot of things that the general public might be apprehensive about how well it will work, and Nintendo just makes it work. So I think it'll probably work better than I'm thinking in my head. Yeah. But in the long run, like, I'm not planning on buying it. I don't have a second Switch. That would make it more fun to have two of those. I also don't want to have to buy it for $200 to get two of them. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is cool. I'm interested to hear your take on it after you get it out of the box and see how it goes. But I mean, I think it is really cool. I'm just curious as to how it works with just the Mario Kartness of it all, with shells and banana peels and all that kind of stuff. If it just straight up stops your car, or you just slow down, or
obviously it's not going to spin you out. I imagine. Well, I mean, if it does,
you never know. Yeah. You never know. They might spin you out. If it does,
I will lose my mind. Like that I think that is beyond what it can do. But man, I'm super excited for it. Like I think
I just want to race my Roomba. That's all I'm talking about. Like, just let me hit
you'll destroy it.
Let me
destroy the Roomba.
let me put a.
I'm sure somebody will hack the Roomba code and probably be able to do something with it.
Put shells on it so it takes off.
Yeah, make the Roomba a blue shell.
Yep.
So here's the thing I'm fearful of, or I guess it'd have to be a green shell because the Roomba is not smart enough to actually follow you.
Okay, true.
Here's the thing I'm afraid of is if it's not actually as fast as they portrayed in the commercial, and you get it and it's just like a dud and it's slow, and I don't really think that's gonna happen, especially at the price point. But that's kind of in the back of my mind. Like, man, what if this is just like good advertising? So we'll see. I'm getting it. Like, there's no stopping me. Growing up, I loved RC cars. Growing up, I loved Mario Kart. Growing up, I loved video games. So this is for me. I am the target demographic for this thing. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pick one up and then head down to where you're at. We're gonna have to race and film the whole thing.
Man, we could make the coolest tracks too. Like, it seems like you've got the limit on the tracks is your space and your I guess creativity, right? Because you map the track by driving it the first time.
Yeah, I'm assuming you have to drive it out.
You put a ton of zigzags in there, that's in your course now, and you have to deal with it. So like I think it could be a lot of fun, and theoretically infinite courses. No two courses will ever be the same.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the battery life is an hour and a half, so I mean that's really not too bad. And
that's a get out of jail free card for parents to be like, oh, your game died.
Time's up.
Yeah, we're letting the dogs back in now since you've had kick them out so you can play in the living room. But yeah, overall I think it looks really cool. I'm most excited that Nintendo is just seeing the power of the Mario Kart brand and doing more with it. They continually say they want to expand outside of games, and they're they did Hot Wheels and they've done Lego, and now we're seeing
I got a Shy Guy Hot Wheel the other day.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. The red one or the black one?
Red one, I think.
Red one. Okay. Yeah. So it's just, to me, honestly, that Mario Kart sitting on my shelf would be awesome.
Yeah,
and
for sure,
to have to get Luigi, I'm like, but I mean, and then talking with Super Nintendo last night, he's like, I mean, are they gonna announce more? Is Peach gonna come out? Is Bowser? Where's
King Boo? I might have to buy one if King Boo
King Boo comes out, right?
I imagine why not? I mean, they could do more, but
I'm still waiting on a King Boo Hot Wheels. I haven't seen that yet.
I would guess if we're gonna get DLC, we'll see Yoshi, Princess Peach. Do you think they would go further than that? I wonder if they would.
I mean, if they're smart, they would go. What was there, 8 and 64? Yeah. If they did the original 8, so Toad, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Peach, Luigi, Mario.
And that's $800 we'd have to spend right there. Jeez. but man, how could you not, right? Growing up, I know we're all big Mario Kart fans, right? We've played it since Super Nintendo, or at least I know Josh and I. Crawler, you've probably played since Super, yeah?
Yep.
So
yeah,
it's
I mean, this game is in essence free. It's going to be an app that you just download, but you need to have this Bluetooth connection with the RC car to make it functional. So any Switch can play this. So it's not even like you need to take your Switch. You can just bring the RC. You can and maybe that's something that'll be good. You don't even have to loan out a cart. You can just, if you have a friend that wants to borrow it and see how it works, and you have somebody that has it, you can potentially use it. And I'm assuming it's going to be a download, because I don't think there's a cartridge that's associated with this.
There's not. It's just a code.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, just a code. So how about Mario Kart Tour? Are you excited? Did you play that?
No,
I've been playing it, but I just still hate it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Those pins are cool, but they're not cool enough for me to re-download Tour.
Yeah, you don't need it to get the pins.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
If you've done the other 5 things, you don't have to do the 6th.
Forget it then. They really screwed up on Mario Kart Tour. All they would have had to do is make it like a normal Mario Kart, and everyone would have been so happy. They didn't have to silly it up.
There's so many things that the game does great. It just doesn't.
It's too hard to drive straight.
It just doesn't control well.
It's too hard to drive straight.
Yeah,
it is. It is. Straight should be really easy to do, right? Yeah. That's the easiest driving position is straight.
Right. I mean, Mario Kart Wii the thing and give it gyro controls,
That's why would they not do that? And you could easily say this half of the screen is gas, this half is brake. It would have been too easy to get this right.
Yep.
But they didn't, and yeah, I'm good not playing it.
I had a whole bunch of the 118 of the question mark block currency. And
the rubies or whatever.
Yeah, so that I just saved because I'm like,
you go do some pulls on the to try to get the 8-bits.
Yeah, and I got the cart and the
16 bits.
And they call them 8-bits, but they're all from the 16 bits.
They're 16 bits though. That's the thing. Yeah.
So I got the cart and the glider, but I didn't get Mario.
You didn't. And is DK Jr. in that loot pool right now?
I think so. And they are so clever with their nostalgia. That $5 glider that looks like the box art for Super Mario Kart. I'm like,
do it, Josh. Do it.
I'm not gonna.
It's a gotcha game, man. They got you.
Do it.
This was just $5 and you get it. You don't have to pull it. You just get it.
Then you're rewarding their bad behavior. Okay?
No.
Don't do it.
But I've been a terrible parent for so long, I might as well just keep going.
You're reinforcing bad behavior, Josh. Don't do it.
And he already spent $120 on multiple-year-old games, and I just did it too because I just bought it digitally. So
Yeah, and I just bought it too. But
yeah, but I got my physical copy coming too. That's
well, so let's segue in away from Mario Kart Tour and into the Game and Watch. What do you guys think? So I need someone to either talk me into it or against it, because I'm sitting on the fence and I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. And I'm like, am I really gonna use it?
I'm buying 2.
Okay, well there you go.
I definitely want it in my collection. Like,
So I'm not a collector though, and so I'm just wanting it because I think it'd be cool to play. But is it really ever going to get played enough that this is worth my time? That's the question I have.
Wait for the hacks.
I mean, if you
Well,
forget your
yeah.
Switch and you throw it in your desk at work and then wait for the
Well,
hacks.
the D-pad's it's probably going to play better than my Switch for Mario, because the
Yep.
D-pad's so terrible on our Joy-Cons.
Yeah, to me, the thing that I feel like with this game is, one, why lost levels, and 2, why not just put All Stars on?
I wish they would have put all 4 games on there. They would have done 1, 2, or 1 lost levels, 2, and 3 would have been nice.
Is Japan getting a different version, or are they getting the same one? Because the only thing I could think of is Japan obviously didn't get our Super Mario World 2. They got the lost levels as their 2. So this appeals to all of them, to the entire world, opposed to, you know, if they put 2 on there, it might be.
I think
weird,
it's the same. I think it's the same worldwide.
Okay, so I think that's probably why. Did Europe also get our version of 2? Or was that-
The UK,
Yes, I think so.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I mean,
so
in Japan, when 2 came out, they called it Mario USA.
Yeah, they released it later because originally it was Doki Doki Panic or whatever it
Right.
was, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
and they re-released it. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's a novelty that appeals greatly to the demographic that, you know, probably has the disposable income now. This is I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a novelty is what it is. And I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
it's you get a Game & Watch in your collection for $50. Go try to buy Donkey Kong or Zelda Game & Watch right now, and they're gonna be, I think they go for like 100 to 150. You know,
And see, Delmonic says obviously you buy it for the clock and not the games.
Right,
Come on, guys.
exactly.
But he's
All the
wrong.
secrets.
You buy it for the Mario ball game.
that's
That's why we're buying.
I am kind of excited.
you will be like, if you ever played Tiger Electronics games as a kid, you'll be like, okay, this is not a Game Boy. This is Super Nintendo says, I just got the glider. I blame Josh, even though I know I have to blame.
Nintendo, you're reinforcing bad behaviors. You guys gotta stop this. Both of you. Terrible.
Love it. Mario 35. Eric, what do you think?
That looked really cool. You know, I played Tetris 99 when it first came out, and I kind of fell off on it. You know, it's not quite the same, but very similar, right? And I'll play this. I'm excited for it. It seems like a fun thing to do. Kill some time. What are your guys' take on it?
I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. I guess the big overarching question out of all of this is, what do you think of the expiration date on all this stuff of being March 31st?
I don't know. That I'm curious what that actually means. So I'm guessing with 3D All Stars, those games aren't going to go away. You know, I suspect we're going to see them as individual purchases, maybe at some point. Like it, I'm curious why Mario 35 is limited. Unless the answer is because then they're going to move to Zelda 35. I understand that one being limited more than I do the 3D All-Stars. So we'll see what happens with that.
To me, the 35, because Billy was talking about it in Discord, and it's like it sells. I mean, Nintendo recently released numbers that they have like 26 million people signed up for Nintendo Switch Online, and the poll that Mario has, right? Especially knowing that, hey, you get a chance to play this with 35 people, it's gonna sell subscriptions. Like it'll sell, and it's not like something people can sit on. They have to do it before the end of the fiscal year, so it's just gonna get more. You know, the kind of the most unfortunate thing is it's like there's this. You really kind of start to see how much of this is just tied to their fiscal year
Business.
Yeah,
Business,
there's a lot of business, and I mean from the comments that I've seen in my YouTube videos, you know, a lot of people don't. I think there's a disconnect sometimes with the fact that this is all business, right? As much nostalgia and fun as it is for us, and you know, if you take that business side away, none of this is here. It's gone.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. I mean,
it doesn't exist.
People can't complain about stuff being a business, right? Like we all grew up and we thoroughly love capitalism. We say what you want, but we are all consumers and we love products. So obviously they need to make money, and obviously the bottom line is they need to make money. So I understand that. I'm just kind of curious what's going to happen March 31st. Are they going to move on to something else?
I'd be hopeful that they would. I like the idea of Zelda 35. I mean,
well, we know that next year's Zelda's anniversary.
It will be, and I would hope they would get on track, because I think this stuff, with the leaks that came about in the last couple weeks, have said that this stuff was supposed to be, because the Ninja speedrun levels in Mario Maker 2, I think, were supposed to come out in April. So that means all of this stuff that we're seeing come out here in the next 4 to 5 weeks was originally slated for pre-summer. Yeah. And we would have had a longer time with it probably. And so maybe this is an expiration to move on to something that they're planning now, and hopefully they're getting ahead of it a little bit. They're adapting to the working from home situation in Japan, and we'll get back on a more regular cadence, because I think we would have seen 3D World a little bit sooner. We would have seen Mario 3D All-Stars sooner. We would have seen less delays on some of the stuff. Pikmin was supposed to be earlier, I think, as well. Mm-hmm. So
well, if the leaks are true, which they've proven to seem true at the very least, all of those should have been earlier. That's right.
So
I don't think the game will fully
just lead to more something else.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put a full-on expiration date on this. I think it's going to go away for a month, and then it's going to come back with, oh, now you can buy this for $10 to play it offline.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, kind of like the Tetris 99 stuff.
Yeah.
So and that'd be cool, like that. You know, that's fine. I'm curious what the 3D All Stars. I understand them not wanting to put that on carts forever. But to blacklist that from the eShop, I'm curious what their thought process or what their reasoning behind that would be, unless at that point they're going to, or some point later, we're going to get Galaxy 2, we're going to get, you know, these games in some form of a virtual console. Then I could see them not wanting to bundle it anymore and sell us Mario at $30 a piece, and there you go.
Yeah, I think I also talked about this last week. I think they're taking a playbook out of the Year of Luigi, and like Dr. Luigi was only available for a limited time, right? And I think there was were there some other limited release stuff in the Year of Luigi?
I mean, you had to get physical items and stuff, but
can you still buy Dr. Luigi on Wii U eShop? Or is that gone?
Once I purchased it, I've never gone back to look, right? So.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I think they're taking that playbook, and this is Mario's another, every 5 years is another big year for Mario, because I mean, they seem to do that every 5 years.
Well, and that's what Disney used to do with the Disney Vault, right? Like we used to get movies on random, like if you wanted Beauty and the Beast, you could buy it on VHS for a limited time, and then you could buy it on DVD for a limited time, and then Blu-ray for a limited time, then 4K for a limited time. Well, now they're giving us everything, but
yeah, now it's all just on Disney Plus.
Yeah, so and we've all seen that Nintendo loves the Disney model, and so maybe that's kind of what they're trying to emulate with this stuff. And supply and demand dictates you have to hold a little bit back, otherwise the demand will go away. If you give too much supply, the demand goes away. Yeah. So you have to give people a timeline or a limited number. It's just been proven over and over again. As much as people hate it, it's just the way it works.
Well, and I think Walmart was struggling even a couple days ago. I think they were having pre-orders canceled. Like their system was canceling pre-orders, and they were having trouble keep up. And then I think they resolved it. But then you also see the eBay listings of $110 or whatever already for these games that nobody, well, except for Josh, has in their hands. So, yeah, it's just like it's something that we're gonna have access to for another 6 months, and yet these scalpers are already jumping all over it.
Well, you guys know another factor in all this is Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and PlayStation 5. Nintendo wants to make sure that people are opening their wallets for their products, and if they say it's only here for this amount of time, it's...
And to Nintendo's credit, I opened my wallet on the morning of the Mario Direct, and I pre-ordered 3D All-Stars, 3D World, and I'd been dragging my feet on Pikmin, and so I spent $200 and something dollars.
Hey,
right then.
Stop right there. Do not drag your feet on Pikmin.
Well, no, I had dragged my feet. I ordered it. It's there. I spent the $200 something dollars.
Okay, just making sure.
But I think there's a factor in that. It's a new console generation. People went crazy for pre-orders on PlayStation 5 yesterday, right? And
we sure did.
And I think these games, you get 64 Sunshine and Galaxy all in one cart. That's a system seller for some people that haven't touched a system. Yeah. Maybe they haven't played, somebody that maybe played Sunshine back in the day, but they no longer have their GameCube, and it's like, well, I'm gonna grab a Switch now. You know what I mean? I think it's a factor in this, and that scarcity thing is like, it's Nintendo saying, are you gonna pick this up, or you gonna pick up something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, right? The other stuff, the Xbox and the PlayStation, those aren't going to be limited releases. So if I have a finite amount of money, I better get the thing that's going to go away, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, PlayStation 5 was allegedly only having 11 million units, so.
Well, that's at launch, and even run. Still, that's more than PS4 had initially. So they're ahead of the game, but. Should we transition to talking about the next gen, because I have some questions?
Do we want to do a quick rundown of stuff we saw today real quick?
Do it.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the Direct Mini.
It wasn't necessarily for me, so I'll let you.
I don't think it was for either of you. It's my guess. So I'll let you guys go ahead and bring the salt and disappointment if you need to, and then I'll try to add some sugar.
I pulled up Nintendo's. I have the YouTube page open, so I'll kind of run down. I think they break stuff down kind of how it goes. So first was Monster Hunter. What's the new one? What's it?
Monster Hunter Rise, and then Monster Hunter Stories,
and then Stories 2, right?
Yep.
I've tried Monster Hunter. I had Monster Hunter for PSP, and I tried World just a little bit. It's definitely not my kind of game. I've never gotten the hooks haven't gotten into me, and not my thing. I don't know.
Okay, real quick, Monster Hunter Generations right now is $15 from my understanding on the eShop. If anybody purchases it and they jump into the Discord and they say, at N64Josh, I purchased this game, I will personally fire up my stream and play and help you upgrade, because I have that much fun with it. So keep going.
Stories was what, a 3DS game?
It was, yeah. All of them were. Well, Monster Hunter. Actually, I bought the original Monster Hunter on the PSP and had no clue what to do. I'm like, I have no clue what this game is.
So the one I have on PSP, that's the original one?
I don't know. I can't tell you exactly because I don't know. but it's one of the first. Yeah.
Because I went off like a review online or something about it, and I bought it. And I'm like, what am I doing in this game? And you're just I'm like, no clue.
Yeah.
You got a giant sword, and these things kill you really easily, and
That's Monster
you're finding
Hunter.
treasure chests. Yeah,
Yep.
don't know.
Yep.
But I think Stories is definitely more of a. Is it more of an RPG? Like,
So Stories
story-based?
is like a Pokemon style game, and then you have, and it's also the battle system. I maybe that's where it's more like a Pokemon style battle system where you're Super Nintendo had explained it to me. I did a video breakdown of the Direct earlier today, and he said it's kind of like, it's like rock paper scissors basically, you know, like, and so it's a game that I passed on because of the art style, and then there were people in the chat today that were like, I love the art style. I was like, interesting. I thought this was a game catered more towards just a younger audience, and not being a, like, I don't really watch any anime, anything like that. I was just kind of like, I don't think this is for me. Now I'm hearing that I probably should have tried it. So
there was also sorry, Eric, did you want to comment on that at all?
Nope.
no.
Not really into it.
Not at all.
No.
Not into it at all.
We had Fitness Boxing 2 announced,
Yep.
which I thought was there's two kind of funny things I saw in that trailer. One of which is you can turn off the boxing
Yep.
as a workout. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, so I think at that point you're
fitness
just
boxing,
ducking.
so it's just fitness. Like,
You can turn off certain moves you're bad at. I'm guessing, like, oh man, I just can't throw an uppercut.
cross,
Let me,
the cross and jab and all that.
yeah.
kind of-
Maybe you're a
I don't know.
pacifist and you just don't want to throw punches.
So what would you be doing with the game? Just standing in front of the instructor,
Just fitness, and
letting them.
just
There's
get
no
ring fit.
fitness. The fitness is the boxing.
Get ring fit or get jump rope. Do that.
I don't
Jump
have
rope
all
goes
the,
away in a little bit too. So
I
get
saw
jump rope.
that you can customize the instructors'
And there's a Karen.
outfits.
You can punch a Karen. You can punch a Karen. That's what's gonna sell
you're
this
not punching
game.
them.
Oh.
You're punching in front of them. The fitness boxing also not for me. There's a whole lot of not for me today.
I mean,
Yeah.
but, yeah. There's a Karen in this.
There's a
You
Karen.
know, and yeah, it is a good exercise game. I have the first one. If anybody's looking to check it out, it's like kind of like playing DDR with your hands. Honestly,
Yeah.
like there is some actually, it's gamified well, and so it can be fun.
Rune Factory 5 was announced. I think that comes out next year.
Yep.
That's another.
No specific. date.
It seemed fairly Eastern centric again.
This is from Natsumi. It's they originally did Harvest Moon, so you're getting this is to me this looked like a I got Stardew vibes, and Stardew gets Harvest Moon vibes, right? So it like it really had that, like, you can garden and adventure, you know. So
Yeah, not for me.
I know lady's super excited about it. So
And Disgaea 6 was announced as well. That seems I don't know what that game's about either. And Disgaea 5 too, right? Isn't that? Aren't they doing?
Disgaea 5 is available the 23rd. You can play.
Yeah, coming out
you can
soon.
play. I think you can play the full game through the 29th. You have 6 days or something with it. I think it's some kind of trial version. I'm not sure what it is exactly. So, and I'm sure they're going to offer discounts on it. Disgaea 5 is one of the final games I picked up to complete my first year of Switch games when I was going for that collection. It was
When
one
you
of the.
thought you had a chance at getting them all.
Yeah, no way. And it was one of the first that or one of the ones that I ended up getting, like, buy 2 get 1 free at GameStop because it had been traded in. So I was like, yeah, there we go, saving a little cash. So
Blan Wonderworld, Balan. I don't know what this. It looked like a bad Nintendo 64 game, is what it looked like. Is that what? Did you see that?
This is the one that was announced at the Xbox presentation, right?
Was it? Is this the one with, like, the 12 worlds, the Wind World, and
The dude with the hat, right?
I don't know. I'm clicking on the trailer right now.
I'm pretty sure the I can't remember the name of this one, but
Yeah, it just looks like a bad Nintendo 64
from
game.
Square Enix, right?
maybe.
I think so. Yeah, it's the one that we saw with Xbox, and
it just doesn't look good.
It just doesn't look good. It looks like Cameo to me, kind of. It gives me Cameo vibes. So,
Cameo was good.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, it's still nothing from Eric. Okay, moving right along. We got Hades. Maybe I could just speed this up real quick. We got Hades.
So Hades is one that looks interesting.
Hades look cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's out today.
Finally.
Hades look cool.
Okay, all right.
I'm not gonna buy it though. Let's be real. I've got plenty of other things to occupy my time right now. But Hades look cool.
Okay.
I mean, it'll come down in price. I bought Bastion and Transistor for like $250 each, so it'll eventually come down.
Way to support the devs. Good job. Okay.
I think this one's out today too, right? The Long Dark.
Yep. It's been out for a long time though.
Yeah, and it's a Xbox game, I believe, right? That's this isn't the one where you're on the dog sled, right?
No, I thought the same thing. I don't think it is.
No. But it's one I think that's been shown off in an indie showcase before. Because I remember seeing it. And then Sniper Elite 4 was announced. I think, is that this year or next year? I forget.
I can't remember if it had a date. I cannot remember. So Pitt says its dog sled is Red Lantern.
Holiday 2020.
There you go.
For Sniper Elite 4, which is a game that's been out on Xbox and PlayStation for a little while. So I think I have it from PlayStation Plus. So,
I have a Sniper Elite game on Wii U. So they were supporting Nintendo Hitler, all along. So
yeah. And then this one seems weird. I didn't quite understand what the game is from the trailer, but the Empire of Sin. It's like you're playing as I don't know what kind of I don't even know what kind of game genre it is.
It's Mario plus.
Is it XCOM?
Yeah, it's XCOM style game. No joke. I was secretly hoping that Pauline would have had a pre-order bonus, from Odyssey. She busts out singing Jump Up Superstar. Right? That's what I was like. Oh, missed opportunity. Give us a little Donkey Kong level here. But I know it's too serious. It's too serious. Look, that game showcased. I was watching it live, and there were people in my chat that were like, "I can't wait for that. That was my highlight." I'm like, okay, but cool. I think that's a genre or a style of game that people like. You throw the different skins on it, it gives it, different weapons, different ways to play. So something for everybody,
Yeah, Romero Games and Paradox Interactive. I'm not familiar with if they've done anything else, but yeah.
So
and then the very end was a game I think we were all kind of assuming was eventually going to be on Switch or had been already announced, so it's not like that big of a end of show kind of announcement. But Ori and Will of the Wisps, the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, is available, I believe, now today. I think.
And the special edition can be pre-ordered.
The collector's edition.
The collector's edition looks really cool.
Yeah, $150.
God knows how much. How much is it going to be?
$150.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'll take my Mario Kart Live.
Yeah, there you go.
It's 2 games, but it's also, if you have Xbox, they're free. If you pay for Game Pass.
Yeah, and maybe one day Game Pass will come to the Switch and it'll be free again. So we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Monster Hunter was the highlight for me. I love this series. I know even Super Nintendo, it's like, what world do we live in that Josh knows the most about these non-Mario games? And I get it. But here's the thing. Before the show started, my son finally woke up. I was like, hey, we need to talk, right? He got all nervous. I love messing with him, and I'm like, just head into my office. And he's like, oh no, what did I do? Right. So we
the better thing, he would have said, oh no, what does he know about?
Right.
That's what he was
exactly. So I opened up YouTube, put on the trailer, and we both just kind of sat and watched. And he and I would just hear him go, oh, that looks sick. Oh, that looks, because this is the game I've been playing with him since he was, I don't know, 6, 7. I'm not sure. He got into this series, and I had to buy a second Wii U so that we could play this game online together, and not have to play it on our on the 3DSs because it was just a little. We were like we could play full screen or on the gamepad with 2 analog sticks, and it just made it that much better. And so we've been playing this game ever since. And it's one of those games that like I would not expect myself, knowing me and the kind of games I play, I would not expect me to like this game. And I'm like, when Super Nintendo mentioned that Monster Hunter was rumored, I was like, if it gets announced, I'm like, the direct was an absolute win. I don't care what else there is, and the rest of the stuff I really don't care that much about.
And that's all it takes for these mini partner showcases. But when it misses for you across the board, then it's like, why did we waste 15 minutes?
Mm-hmm. I get it.
And I'd almost rather see. I mean, we've debated this, I think, a lot, but like just put it all back together into one big show, and then everyone gets excited, and there's usually something for everyone. I don't know.
What I'm wondering if they're looking at things like their analytics on Twitter and other social media platforms and watching the boost in things that trend, and it gives those things the ability to trend versus getting buried by something else. Like
they also helped themselves out this time. They announced it at least a day and a half beforehand. They didn't announce it 4 hours
at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
3 in the morning East Coast. So,
but at least they gave us a full day to prepare ourselves for it. So it's like, versus what they did for the last one, or the one before last, where it was like it was just out.
I almost feel like somebody at Nintendo was like, hey, the PlayStation event's happening Wednesday. Oh, we should probably put this out early, or else it didn't go out at 1 p.m. or 12. They get the AM and the PM mixed up on the scheduler. And so it was supposed to be out much sooner. And it came out like, it was just weird for Nintendo of America to be tweeting that we're having a direct at 1
a.m.
Yeah, I could understand if it was Nintendo of Japan or something like that tweeting that out, but to have NOA do it, I was like,
unless Nintendo of Japan was in charge of the timetable and NOA had to follow suit.
It could be, and I may not have. I don't think I have notifications turned on for Nintendo of Japan. So, but yeah, seriously, there's a huge draw for me with Monster Hunter. I want to, and I did this with the last game that came out on the Switch. Give this series a chance, especially if you can get involved in a community to play with. Here's the thing: the community that plays Monster Hunter is pretty awesome. Without voice chat, you can do a little bit of like text chat and stuff in these games. There wasn't really voice chat. And you could just tell people, this is what I'm looking for. Or you set up your room to say, I'm hunting this monster because I want to build this armor set. And people that are massively high levels will come in and just help you absolutely destroy. And then to be able to, and it's just like, once you get leveled up, then you can start helping other people do that. And it's nice. There's so much fun. There's just so much fun to be had. And the game is tough. It's tricky. So, yeah.
Good. No, I'm happy. I'm sure that they're great games. A lot of people love them. I just never got into it. I think, your reason for liking it is awesome, and that's at its core, that's the purest reason to like any game. Mm-hmm. And that's great. Anytime a game can bring 2 people together, that's the best reason to like a game. So that's cool. That's really cool to hear. Maybe I'll give one of these games another shot. I've tried various ones over the years, and maybe I just didn't get it. I don't know.
It without somebody to help you along, it's very difficult. And for me, it was having my son got the hang of it and then was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So, we want to. Should we wrap this up, or do we got a little bit? What do you want to do here? Let me know.
We could take, we can keep going another 10 or so.
Okay. That's fine. All right. Let's what's the last thing we want to talk about here? A little bit of PlayStation 5, a little bit of
I kind of want to talk about PlayStation and Xbox together. Yeah. One of my questions I've been thinking about is the Series S is coming in at 300. Mm-hmm. Do we think, and it's a small compact system. You
stole my question.
Okay. Well,
Go-
you and I
go
are
ahead.
thinking on the same.
We are.
Mind
What
wave.
does this mean for Nintendo? They're in
Will
trouble.
Nintendo? Well, no. So March will be 4 years, right?
Mhm.
Is that 4? Are we due for at least a $50 price drop, if not a system hardware revision that would force parts to be cheaper and the system to actually come down in price to be competitive? Because I see the S as being something that is easy enough to throw in a bag, throw in a backpack, throw in a suitcase, and take with you to a hotel or wherever you're going on vacation. And you have this small, compact, easy system that can play games and be it's a better multimedia system because there's Netflix and
Disney Plus and
HBO and Disney Plus
everything.
and all that kind of stuff on there. Does Nintendo respond at all to this $300 unit?
I think they have to, in some way, one way or another. I mean, I don't know what their response is going to be. I don't know if we get an upgraded Switch. There's a lot of rumors pointing towards that, but I don't know if we get a price reduction. I think price reduction makes sense because, like you said, this is a 4-year-old console, and now you have, for better or for worse, it's still, the Series S is still a next gen console, coming in at the same price point. So
You guys, Nintendo's been competing with $300 consoles since the Switch came out, right? They've been behind the current gen since the Switch came out, and they've still completely dominated. And
right, but now they're old.
Sure, but their first party games, I mean, in August they sold more Switches than they sold Wiis in August of 2008. The Switch is on course, if it keeps going, to outsell the PlayStation 2 and be the best-selling console of all time. So and Crawler, to get to your point, I don't think it's the system that Nintendo needs to worry about whatsoever. I think it's the Android devices that people could buy and then have Game Pass on that will be direct competition with playing your Switch at a park bench, especially if it has built-in Wi-Fi and voice chat.
Yeah, I mean,
I gotta throw
Samsung
that in.
has it
Throw that in
built
for
in,
you,
right?
Eric. Get some voice chat, and and now you're talking about a direct competitor with the Switch in the handheld market, but it's with the devices that people, either one, they're going and purchasing, because I'm even considering purchasing an Android device of some kind to play these Xbox games.
Yeah.
And unless if Microsoft and Apple can play nice, then I'm fine. But I mean, Microsoft is positioning themselves in such a way that they're kind of they force Sony's hand on some things, and Nintendo would definitely benefit from getting Game Pass on the Switch, because especially right now where Apple's not playing nice, anybody that's a Switch owner and an iPhone user could have Game Pass, and they're getting the EA access on top of it with Game. I mean, there's no better value in gaming than Game Pass, period.
Yeah. And when you're saying Game Pass on Switch, you're really referring to the xCloud or whatever.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. xCloud.
Yeah. Because some of those games obviously couldn't run on the Switch, but they could on the cloud. And yeah, I mean, I think if they could do that, that would be a very solid thing to do. We'll see if it ever happens. I don't know. I wonder what their avenue is going to be, because we've got the holiday season coming up. This year might be a weird example because the PS5 digital and full retail version, the Series S and Series X, they're all going to be sold out for this Christmas, period. Every single one of them is going to sell. So maybe Nintendo doesn't have to do anything for this holiday season, because
they gotta get Switches back in stock, is what they got.
Well,
do.
they need to do that. Yes, that's for sure. But when mom and pop go to the store for their kid who wants a gaming console, you're not gonna, without a pre-order, you're probably not gonna get very lucky at getting anything, right? So if they can get Switches on the shelf, maybe they sell themselves this year. It's after this year that I'm wondering what Nintendo's going to do, because the Series S is a next gen console. It's not for me, because I have a 4K TV, and I don't think it's as big of a jump as my Series X would be. So it's not targeted to me, but for someone looking, it's like, okay, the Switch can do 1080p docked, this thing can do 1080p or 1440. Yes, it doesn't have Mario, but does Mario matter as much to kids as it does to us?
I mean, no, but Billy can play his Fortnite on Switch too.
Yeah, but he could do it better at 120 frames per second on Xbox Series S.
Yeah. Well, has that been confirmed for Xbox?
Well, no,
but
I know that system can support 120 frames. I don't know if they're going to update Fortnite, but so that's kind of the question.
Here's the other thing. Nintendo software is just flying off the shelves. Animal Crossing is like
number 1 selling game on Amazon.
Yeah, and number 2 is 3D
Mario,
All-Stars.
3D All-Stars. Yep.
And number 3, Mario Kart 8.
Stop buying it, Josh.
I thought Last of Us was...
According to this thing I'm looking at right now, Last of Us is 21.
Oh, wow. A lot of people are doing digital. I mean, that's... yeah. I think PlayStation absolutely cut the price of the digital PlayStation by $50 to be middle ground.
Yeah.
Because an Ultra Blu-ray player does not cost $100.
No, they're losing money on the digital edition, a lot of money, because
but I think their original price point was going to be $5 and $450, and I think they had to cut 50 more just to be something in the middle. And I wasn't thinking about buying the systems, and I probably still won't at launch, but doing the Xbox All Access where I can pay 30, I'm already paying $15 a month for Ultimate, and to pay $20 more and get a system for $20 cheaper than $500 is not a bad deal. And zero interest. And then if I were to buy a PlayStation, I wouldn't spend the $100 extra to get a Ultra Blu-ray. I have one.
You would have to, though, because the digital, from all indications, it looks like a 10:2 ratio. So there is a ton more full retail PS5s than there are digital only PS5s.
Really?
Yeah. So because Sony would be foolish to sell a ton of those, right? Because they're losing money. I mean, a 4K Blu-ray player in 11 million units is costing them under $10.
Yeah, 10, 15.
It's not costing that much.
They may be taking a loss on the system, but all their first-party games are going up $10, and
going up
they're
$10,
selling,
and they're going to charge you the same amount whether you buy it digitally or physically.
Yeah, because they have to, because of retailers, and they're like, we don't mind, right? Now, I put out on my TikTok, I said PlayStation games are going to be $70 more. What do you guys think? And a few of those responses really impressed me, because they were people saying, if it can give game devs a better quality of life for making these games that we enjoy so much, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, we haven't seen a price increase since... Yeah. It was it's Nintendo 64 to Xbox, right? That's where... No,
we actually saw a price decrease because somebody tweeted at me a Super Nintendo.
Like yeah, it used to be 70.
Yeah, a Super Nintendo ad with Mortal Kombat 3, and it was $69.99.
And that's
back then, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which was like a $100 game.
Obviously, I want the games to all be free, right? In the perfect world, as a consumer, I want them all free. But
and Xbox, they're $15 and they're free-ish.
And so that begs a different question in itself: are these devs that are getting paid by Microsoft, is their quality of life the same as these PlayStation studios? Because I think I saw an article today, I don't remember what the source was, but it basically said Sony can't do a Game Pass because of how much money goes into their first party games. And if you've played some of their huge first party games, you could understand why they wouldn't want to give those away. A lot of money goes into those. Like The Last of Us is fully acted. Like
I think you have Xbox that's priority down here for Microsoft versus Windows and everything else. and then you have Sony
That's
that has TVs and other electronics down here, and then
PlayStation is Sony's largest money maker.
Well, that and their movie house, like the Sony movie studio, like that and PlayStation are their money makers.
Right. So it sucks. $10 more per game. That does suck, but it's been a long time coming. I'm not surprised by it. I kind of was mentioning it in Discord, a couple months ago, that I fully anticipate games going up this gen, because they should have last gen, really, and they didn't, thankfully. Yeah. But
I told Josh this last night. If the $70 more or the $10 more, if that means that we get less nickel and dime and less gotcha and less buy it now kind of stuff, and less piece it together as you go kind of releases of the game, I'm all for that. DLC had its rise started with horse armor and came about to more promises of pieces of the game that should already been in there, because if they can announce that they have DLC coming before you've even purchased the game, that's a problem. Like, put it in the game, develop it, and let's get a full game.
Just don't tell anybody.
So
yeah, don't tell anybody.
So true. Here's my PSA before we wrap this thing up. The Microsoft pre-orders come out September 22nd. I've read online that the PS5s conveniently are going to be restocked for their pre-orders on November 22nd. I wonder why they chose that date. So the moral of the story, and you can see them popping up online. You have to keep trying, but I'm in for a PS5, so I feel pretty confident that I'm going to get one now. But for someone still looking, do not buy from a scalper. They said there's going to be more units than there were of the PS4. Xbox hasn't released numbers, but they seem pretty confident in their release. Don't buy from scalpers. Please don't buy from scalpers. Throughout all of these pre-orders over time, retailers sell an X amount, people start canceling them, then they release another wave, and you're going to see this all the way till launch. So if you didn't get one yesterday or today or whatever, and you don't get one next week with Xbox, just keep trying. Stay on it. Start following some people like Wario64 on Twitter. He's already got 200,000 people following him, so it's not like he's a secret. But follow these guys. Don't buy from scalpers, please. Don't buy from scalpers.
IGN deals on Twitter, Wario64. Like, those are some good places to start.
You can
go into Best Buy and Walmart, and you can click the notify me button, and they should send you an email when it's available. So
I've never had luck with those. Those have always, by the time they email me, it's already been out of stock. If you want to find it, following like Wario64 and people like, there's a couple other on Twitter that are really good. One of them has a bad word in it, so I can't say their name, but Cheap A Gamer, they're another good resource. You can insert the other characters. So follow those guys. Don't buy from scalpers, please. They are the markup isn't worth it. That instant gratification you're going to get by paying twice as much is going to be so fleeting, and it's not worth it. So that's the PSA.
PS5 pre-orders go live on Walmart in 35 minutes. Wario64 just tweeted.
Well, for the people listening live, that's good.
Yep. There you go.
So yeah, if you're listening to this after the fact, obviously you missed that, but it's been a constant trickle. So Target just had some earlier today for, I think, an 18-minute window they were open. So don't give up. You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, I saw somebody put out a TikTok, said they were on Best Buy for an hour and a half hitting refresh until it finally went through and they got it. So here we go. Let's wrap this thing up. Super Nintendo says, I have an extra pre-order if anybody wants it for $8.50. It's yours.
Yep, perfect.
Eric, where can people find you?
Not even a scalper.
No, he's not. Definitely, it would have been $900 if he was a scalper. So this is still a good deal.
Totally.
Yeah. Where can people find you?
The biggest place you'll find me is on Discord. Come hang out. We've got a ton of great people in there. If you're looking for people to game with or just chat with, or people are dropping the release dates, or not release dates, but the in-stock notices on our Discord. So, you know, if it goes in stock and people get that, they're dropping it in Discord. So that might be another place to look for now in stock alerts. But come hang out. You can find me on Twitter, Hate0. I think I'm Hate0 on all the consoles too. So hit me up.
There you go. There you go. I'm not sure where Crawler went. I don't even know. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. It sounds like my headphones just died. I don't even know what's going on with that. But
you can follow Crawler on all the places. It's Nightcrawler without the E.
Yeah,
that is correct.
There you go. Where can we find you?
Yeah, come play Among Us. Come in the Discord.
There you go. There you go. Go play Among Us. Are you gonna stream? I know you always say it every week.
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah, one day. Guys, you can follow me everywhere at N64Josh. I am putting out a lot of content on TikTok. I'm having a lot of fun on that platform. It's still here anyway. I don't think it's actually going anywhere from what my understanding. So go check it out. If you are a content creator, go and make some TikToks. Please go and do it. It's a great way to get some reach. I have videos with almost 500,000 views, so go. Yeah, it's no joke over there. So go sign up for that platform. Like I said, you can follow me there. I'm be streaming. I'm shooting for 3 in the afternoons a little more often. I kind of tested the waters this week, and quite a few people showed up. We had a pretty good time. 3 o'clock used to be my main time, so I'm thinking we're gonna get back to that again. And yeah, we'll do Mario Kart and different games. Maybe I'll slowly work through that backlog. And we didn't even get to talk about Hyrule Warriors and
oh yeah,
and the prequel. There's just
there's a lot of stuff happening.
It was a ghost town for news.
It's a good week for gaming.
Yeah, it's definitely a good week for gaming. So we'll talk more about that next week. And just like I love that Nintendo is using
unless
that.
More big news comes out, you never
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too with the Direct. It started with there will be more Directs this year. Like that was like the first thing that they said, we'll have more of these this year. So they keep letting us know, like, hey, this isn't everything. So even if you don't get something, we'll get you on the next one, hopefully. We still need Pokemon news. We still need Smash news. What are the next characters that are supposed to be? All of them supposed to be out by February.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't think that's happening. I mean, the pass we've gotten one character. I couldn't remember if I purchased the DLC pass or not. Like it's been so long. I'm like, do I gotta get that still? But no, we had Min. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for being here live. I think we're gonna play some Mario right after this stream is over. If you want to check out my first looks on YouTube of the 3D All Stars, they will be up as of hearing this. So head on over to my YouTube channel and check those out. And just seriously, we thank you so much just for listening week in and week out. We're slowly creeping up on episode 300. Hopefully we're going to be able to do something epic for that, because that's crazy. 14 more episodes and we'll be there. So again, jump into the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. We want to play some games with you. We love you guys. Thank you so much. See you next time.